What is up? Threads here at woodthreads.com. So I wanted to share, this is a plastic toilet tank that I have resting in a tall trash can so I can shoot this video. You can actually buy these. I don't like these. I like the ceramic ones, but these are good in an emergency to have on hand for us. Although these are harder to put in my opinion, than the other ones because of the way they bolt in, but that's neither here nor there. That's not your problem. Your problem is that your water's off for whatever reason. You know, emergency water shut off where you live. Something's happened and part of the grid is down, so now the pumps can't get water to you. Whatever the situation may be. So this is a quick maintenance minute that's going to go over a minute. I almost guarantee it. But this is to show you what you can do to help keep your toilet operational during an emergency. So yours may not look like this. This is by the brand called Fluidmaster. Yours may have the old style that has the bar with the plastic ball on the end. They all function, they all do the same exact thing. This is the fill valve, this is the flush valve, handle, flapper down there attached to your hand. So I have this set up for training purposes, but basically, if you don't have water and you need to use your restroom, you should already have, some water saved up anyway, but you can fill your tank up to, on a ceramic one, typically there's going to be a fill line mark somewhere on the back wall. You don't have to fill it up to that. And yes, you can pour water from a 5-gallon bucket or some sort of other container directly into the bowl and flush it. That's how a toilet operates, is when the water goes in the bowl, it takes over and does its thing. We're not going to get into the technicalities, but if number one, in an emergency situation, if you're going number one, and we all know what number one and number two are, you don't have to flush it every time. If it's an emergency situation, you can go number one multiple times in that toilet. And honestly, if you go number two and it's not very much, you can also get by with, going number one some more or whatever. Use your own judgment. The last thing you want to do is overflow your toilet because it clogs up. So basically what I tell my family and what I tell everybody, number one, you can go multiple times. It's not going to be a problem. You're not going to overfill your toilet bowl with urine, okay? Because it's going to be going down. That's how toilets operate. The water goes down in the bowl. I don't have a bowl here, so I can't show you. But when you do need to flush it, you can just put water back in here. Just put it back in here, and then you can flush as normal. Hit the handle, the flapper raises up, flushes your toilet, and you let go. The only difference is your fill valve isn't going to fill the toilet back up. So let's say we're in another scenario. You still have water, but your toilet isn't flushing for some reason. It's not clogged, it's just not flushing. Whether it's a weather event or whatever, people can't get to you. I'm going to show you a few things to check. These are calls that we get all the time. So most of this stuff is pretty simple. And if you're uncomfortable doing it, then by no means do it, because you don't want to flood your place. If they can't get to you to fix your toilet, they're not going to be able to get to you to fix the flood. So a lot of times these chains, either typically the chain is okay, but sometimes these clips come loose or break, or usually it's the handle. This is a plastic handle, so sometimes these just break. The metal ones will sometimes just corrode away. Also, I left this extra chain on here to demonstrate. Sometimes if you have extra chain on here, this will get underneath the flapper and keep the flapper raised up, so the toilet just keeps calling for water. And it'll just run and run and run. So all you have to do is just clip this extra chain up here on the little clip, and you're good to go. You can use a bread tie or whatever if you're, in a pinch. If this is broken, you can oftentimes reattach the chain up higher. A lot of these have multiple holes, and sometimes, come on, focus. Sometimes only one hole is corroded through. But if not, again, you can just use a bread tie. You can use a piece of cordage, tie it onto the handle, and then your handle will still operate. One of the most ingenious things I've witnessed, someone broke over the weekend They didn't want to bother us, so they came up with a solution. They had an extra phone charger that they literally tied to this and then ran it out and just had it sitting here. So all they had to do was just pull on it, because I had the lid setting on it to keep it in place. They would pull on it and it would pull the flapper up and down. But that's how it works. As long as your flapper can raise and lower back down and set flush, you're good. If this is failing, the best thing you can do is, if you can, shut the water off. It'll be down below here. There'll be a supply line attached to this. If you're uncomfortable doing that, that's okay. But if this is failing and it's not filling your tank back up, fill the tank up manually. As long as you can fill it up to that fill line, you're good to go. If you get up here, it's going to overflow in here, and that's not what we want. Typically, you want it about an inch below where this tube is. Fill it up. Now your toilet will flush when you raise the handle, and you're good to go. Hope this helps somebody out. Until next time, take care.